All right, welcome to the 2022 TikTok Practice Growth Blueprint for Chiropractors. How to easily generate an extra 7 to 12 new patients per month and millions of video views from the world's hottest app. In fact, I have clients that do a lot better than this, but I just wanted to be conservative. I believe this presentation today is going to open your eyes and create a better sense of awareness for what you're able to do on just an explosive social channel. My name is Dr. Matthew Loop. Hopefully we've met before, but if we haven't, I've been in the social game a very, very long time, since 2005, back in the MySpace days. I've seen trends come and go, and I tell you what, I've never in the history of social media seen anything quite like this. So shut yourself away, take some notes. I'm going to go pretty fast on this presentation. Seems like every other day in the media, there is a news article about TikTok and just how fast it's growing. And this one I just pulled the other day. TikTok is the new Facebook, and it's shaping the future of tech in its image, which is very true. As I get into some statistics, I think it's going to really blow your mind. And ultimately, as we get down to the nitty gritty, the strategies today, it's going to help you get more new patients in the office, create a bigger impact in your community, generate more traffic to your website, and just be more of an asset to people. So today we're going to discuss the best practices when using this powerful social network, specific growth strategies that you can implement today to see a shift in your practice, and mistakes not to make that many doctors are currently making that are trying to use this platform. Here's the deal. You already know this. We have to evolve with the times. We as a profession need to market like it's the actual year we live in. We're approaching 2022. You don't want to be perceived as stale, outdated, and out of touch. So really, really dial this information in today. Now, if you have any questions, you can certainly post them in the chat or look me up on social media. I post new content regularly to help you grow and prosper in this new economy, whether it's TikTok, Dr. Matthew Loop, Twitter, Matthew Loop, Facebook, Matthew J. Loop. I'm on all of these platforms, so let's connect. And just so you know, I'm a chiropractor like you, graduated in 2004. All I wanted to do was help people, but it turns out you don't just hang your sign and new patients flood in your office, right? So I had to learn the hard way, like many of us did. I was about $120,000, $130,000 in student loan debt. Credit cards were maxed because of all the advertising gimmicks that I was trying. And it got to a point for me where I was so low one time that my ex-girlfriend's father had to cut me a check for $2,000 to float me along. It was very humiliating, but it really got me to start connecting with books like E-Myth by Michael Gerber, learning about the manager, the technician, and the entrepreneur side of the business. It got me to study Robert Cialdini, Influence the Psychology of Persuasion, and I learned about purchase buying behavior. So it shaped my journey, and throughout the last, my goodness, it's been, 16, 17 years, I've helped over 8,400 chiropractors as clients. And as I started to dial this stuff in way back in the MySpace days in practice, I had other friends that were just asking me, "Hey, Matt, what are you doing? How are you harnessing this kids network?" And I began to show them, and lo and behold, they began to refer their friends to me, and I kind of developed an accidental career into coaching and consulting. And I thought, man, if I could help millions of patients through reaching thousands of doctors and them implementing these strategies, that's a really cool thing. So that's when my journey began to slightly veer over that way. I've been very fortunate to be featured in many places, invited to speak at NASDAQ, on the campus of Harvard, and just had some really cool experiences because of how I've dialed in social media and how I've helped a lot of my chiropractic clients do the exact same. So what I'm teaching you comes from an experience-based model. It's not hype or theory, and I've spoken all over the profession in some of the biggest stages. I've just been around a while. So if you dial in social media, not only can you live just a beautiful life, do whatever you want to do, and that's your thing. Everyone has different goals and aspirations and what they would love to do. My passion is travel, so we traveled all over the world to some pretty darn amazing spots, met some incredible celebrities, and you can kind of do the same thing as you begin to get these strategies to work for you. They essentially can seek you out because you're known as the best of the best in your field. So you can tell I'm passionate about social media. Just to give you my little backstory and to where I'm at today, tens of thousands of chiropractors have went through my free cheat sheets online, Practice Growth, Cultural Authority Blueprint, and have interacted with either Social Media Elite, my flagship training for chiros, or the private coaching. So I just want you to understand that the world is possible for you as you really get grounded and you start to apply this one by one. Amazing things can happen, you know. So let's get into this presentation. I can't wait to share this with you. And again, if you have any comments, questions, put them in the chat. I'm here for you for the next, 40, 50 minutes or so. TikTok. Let's get right into it. Some of you are newer, I know, so let's just take this from the straight beginning. It's the fastest growing social app that revolves around short form video sharing. We're talking about 15 to 60 seconds in length commonly. And just recently now, many creators can do up to 3 minutes. And that's why I think the attention is so high, because we know we don't have to sit through a 5-minute video or piece of content. We can get the goods in 15 seconds to a minute usually. So the impressions are just a night and day difference from what you'd see on Facebook. This platform, it might surprise you, has over 1 billion active users worldwide, 130 million monthly active users just in the United States, and 37% of TikTok's user base is over the age of 30. That probably surprises a lot of docs right now because, again, this misconception that it's just a kids network is no longer the case. Now, the engagement rate is the highest I've seen in any social platform in the history of social media, period. I don't say that lightly, and this is just one example of many that I could have shown you. This is a video that I posted probably a few months ago, 2.6 million video views, 27,000 shares, 9,344 comments, and 262,200 likes on just this one single video. This one video was responsible for an extra 10,000 new followers, just like that, to my TikTok page. No money spent on advertising, absolutely free. Now, to compare it on Facebook, I've had videos reach millions of video views on Facebook, yet they might get 1/10 of the shares, comments, and likes, and that's a good video on Facebook. So not even a comparison. This is from ComScore, so you can actually see the breakdown by ages. You can see the massive amount of people that are over the age of 30, and it's only growing by the day. Once you get on the app, you're going to see very quickly why people love it. And unlike Facebook, you actually get off TikTok feeling enthusiastic, a little humored, and happy. I know sometimes on Facebook we can feel anxious and depressed when we get off. Totally different vibe. The average user spends over 52 minutes per day on the app. And like I said, it leaves people entertained and happy. And it's the most downloaded app in 2020 and 2021. Short videos, again, 3 to 15 to 60-second clips on average. Now, to give you even more perspective, and I hope this gives you goosebumps and you see the massive opportunity, TikTok recently hit 3 billion downloads. Okay, now for perspective, there are only 5.3 billion mobile phones in the world. This is the first non-Facebook owned app to cross the 3 billion marker. This is a quick screenshot of my profile. Eclipsed 40,000 followers. And I've really only been truly active on this TikTok platform probably in the last 8 months to a year, if that. I've had it for a while longer. My wife, actually, that screenshot to the right needs to be updated. She's almost at 300,000 followers right now. And I could show you client after client that is seeing some massive growth from content. Now, talked about TikTok shaping the future, but I'm going to get into real quick how easy it is to create a video on this channel. I'm going to fly by this because it's not really like the strategy per se, but just to show you. So once you download the app, you'll see that plus icon below. You just tap it. And then my wife likes to turn the beauty on, which you see the arrow above. Choose the length of your video, or you can upload a video and cut it up, 15, 60 seconds, or 3 minutes there. And then you can click Start to Record if you want to record through the app. You can record in small clips like you see here above in blue. And you can even crop the front and the back. The editor is extremely simple on this app, so it'll be very easy to delegate to a team member in your chiropractic office. And then you can add text to the video. Most of my videos are really simple. They've got a soundtrack, some text, a couple cuts, a couple clips of the video, and that's it. You don't have to do anything super fancy or sophisticated at all. You can add captions to the right. You can add music. This is one of the ranking factors that we'll talk about in a little bit. TikTok has the rights to pretty much all the music that you can think of. They've worked out deals with the major record labels versus the other social chat channels, they haven't. I like to choose a lot of viral sounds when you go to upload the music and tag it with your video, because that's another way that you can get your content found very, very easily. And with a couple taps, that's very simple to do. You can adjust the volume and the sound, your original sound where you're speaking, or you can actually have the soundtrack sound lower or higher. And once you're done with that, you click on that little red check over to the right. Then you can actually go ahead and select your cover. Just like on YouTube, you'd select the thumbnail. Well, the same thing, right? You could actually put some text in there if you wanted to make it pop, and like a headline, which I normally do. Very, very simple to do. Just click inside that little box and have a compelling headline. Then you click save, and voila, your video is ready to be posted after you have also put a description in there and maybe include a few hashtags, right? Hashtags will get you found very easily, and they're extremely explosive. I mean, you can get a lot of traffic just from using some of the common hashtags on that platform. Now let's get into the algorithm, because there have been some updates. If you've seen a different video of mine where I've talked about TikTok, we have to get this straight, because when you dial in all these factors, it determines if your video goes viral or not. And you could have even a mediocre video, and if you dial in all these factors, you will get a tremendous amount of more video views because you've taken the time to isolate these things. Now, the great thing I love about TikTok is you could have 0 followers right now, and you could go insanely viral if you follow this guide. So write these down real quick. Number 1, the soundtrack. Always use a soundtrack. Even if you mute the entire soundtrack or bring it as low as possible, always use it. I gravitate more toward the trending sounds. General and specific hashtags. Yes, always use hashtags in the TikTok video description. My rule of thumb is use between 4 and 6 hashtags. A couple of those can be more general. A couple can be specific to the topic and or the city, etc. 3-second rule. Send people to the For Your page. Make it fun. Hook and deliver, right? You got to grab their attention in the first 3 seconds of the video. That's a big deal, because the longer they watch it, that affects your ranking and TikTok's ability to push you out even more. The headline/image in the thumbnail, we talked about that. That is an important factor to get people to click, which gets you more views. The likes, the shares, the comments, the watches at 100% matter. And the rewatches. If somebody watches your video again, that means they found it valuable. So they're going to share it with their friends likely, and or get you more exposure. TikTok loves to see that. Those are the core factors when it comes to ranking a video and getting it serious momentum to give it that chance to go viral. Now, here are some strategies that you should understand to increase the engagements in your comments. Ask a question at the end of your video. What do you think? What would you do? What should I have done? What should I have done differently? And then you can even write the same question in the comment section and say, please leave your answer here with an arrow, and let people answer below and watch as the comments come in. Now, to increase views and chances to go viral, go back to older videos and respond to comments. I've had videos that were dormant for months on TikTok, and all of a sudden, I get a flood of new followers. They see my older videos, they start to comment, and boom, it kicks it into the algorithm. I'll go and comment myself and respond. TikTok loves to see that, and you could get another few thousand video boost real quick just by doing that, or empowering a team member in your office to. Keep the engagement going. A video can suddenly go viral just by following this advice. Post right before high traffic starts. Now, this is going to vary based on your market, but Tuesdays at 5 a.m., Fridays 4 to 5 p.m., Sundays 1 to 4. That's statistically what a lot of people say. But on your TikTok app, you've got analytics, so you can see when your people are online the most. And at the end of the day, you want to use the data from the app and the insights to find that out. So if you go to your settings and your privacy, you click on Creator Tools, Analytics, Followers, and scroll down, you'll see follower activity on the hours and the days to really make this very clean. Now, I get a question a lot from docs like, how do I find content to viral or to model? And my suggestion is always start with content that's gone viral for you in the past on other social channels, or that it's done really, really well. Start there. Then you can recreate that stuff in short form version on TikTok. Really simple. Then you can go to TikTok and search by any keyword you want, whether that's could be chiropractic, it could be a condition, a health topic, whatever, and you'll see the top videos there. You might get some great ideas to model. YouTube, search the most video views on YouTube to get ideas. Answer the Public tells you exactly what people are asking on Google, questions, phrases, things of that nature. BuzzSumo shows you the most popular blog articles in the last year. That's another great way to find compelling content that you can model. But again, start with content that's already gone viral. Let's talk about 10 ways to get TikTok followers fast, okay? You got to know who your ideal audience is first and foremost, your ideal client avatar. If you know that, you can create the best content that's tailored for those people, which will give you the best shot of getting more followers. You got to hit the TikTok trends at the right time, pay attention to trending hashtags or maybe what topics are in the media, certainly. Create your own challenge around a topic or cause. You see these floating around on TikTok periodically. Use the right hashtags, whether it's healthy living, chiropractic, FYP, things of that nature. You might find that some of your stuff goes viral based on the video getting categorized and indexed accordingly. Post original content, and if you are creative, if you have humor involved, you might find that your videos really take off quick. So fuse your own personality. Post at peak times. Of course, you'll need to consult your own TikTok analytics as you post content to see when your followers are online the most. Run a contest and cross-promote on other social channels. I love this strategy. You can use it for Instagram, Facebook, or any social channel. And this is where you let your practice members know, the current practice members, your email list in total of the inactive patients. You can let your Facebook followers, your Instagram, everyone know that you're hosting a contest on TikTok and you're going to announce the winner in 2 weeks. You can even promote that contest, but they have to be a member of your TikTok fan page to be eligible. And you want to give away something really sweet. Could be a spa package, a gift to a 5-star steakhouse. I mean, really, really dial it in and get known for giving cool stuff away. But that's a fast way that you can generate more TikTok followers. Have a clever call to action. Tell people what to do next in a lot of your videos, and that will also get you more followers. Now, here's some mistakes not to make. Don't make videos in landscape mode horizontally with your phone because it's going to be a lot smaller. TikTok is geared for vertical portrait mode, so always create the content that way. Not utilizing all the factors in the algorithm checklist I referenced previously. Those 9 factors are really the key in conjunction with creating compelling content that allows you to go viral almost with certainty. In fact, if I look at my entire client list, it's really hard to think of a client that was consistently working TikTok that hasn't had at least one video go viral in some way, shape, or form, whether that's several thousand video views in a couple hours, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of video views. I've seen it all the way across the board, including my own content. So we can make some amazing things happen. Failing to keep the content simple. Simple is better in many cases. Also, procrastinating. There's always a window of opportunity on social media. Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, all these channels had their window where you could post something and it would go really viral very fast. Not like TikTok, though. I mean, none ever went as viral as TikTok. So I think what's going to happen in the next, could be 6 months, could be a year, TikTok is really going to say, it's been nice, but we're going to make you pay for the reach now like Facebook. That's typically the pattern with social media. So get in now, start to utilize it. How often should you post? Well, in a perfect situation, at least 4 videos per week, eventually 1 to 2 videos per day. Now, who's ready for the one strategy that's filling chiropractic offices like crazy? Anyone ready? I've already given you a lot of great stuff right now. Hopefully it's gotten the wheels turning. But I'm going to share something next that I've, my gosh, we talked about it at the Social Media Revenue Summit this year in Atlanta. Several months ago, even before that, I was working with private clients, testing and tweaking different things, and we've dialed it in like crazy. Now, the Great thing is if you dial it in, you will see a great result. Now, the bad thing is that it might not be available in your area yet. Now, what I'm talking about is TikTok advertising. Imagine if you would have gotten in like I did in 2009, 2010, when Facebook initially started their advertising platform, how inexpensive it was, who you could reach very quickly. People weren't soured by the ads. They didn't, care about seeing ads because there weren't that many. Well, my friends, TikTok has the opportunity of a lifetime right now. Okay. The primary benefits of getting in right now are first mover advantage. Like you come to market first and everyone knows who you are, right? I mean, I couldn't tell you the second man to land on the moon, but I could tell you the first. People remember firsts. So there's a big deal to be made out of first mover advantage. And usually the early adopters are the most profitable. Better quality leads. We're seeing this all the way across the board with the lead gen style ads on TikTok because the impressions are not the same. If I'm on Facebook right now, I could scroll through and find 16 different posts in a matter of a second and whiz by them all. You can't do that with TikTok. You actually have to go scroll video by video, and you're there for at least probably 3 to 5 seconds. So you get much higher quality impressions. It's not even close to the exact same thing on Facebook. Even though Facebook has been very lucrative in the past, this is taking it to a whole different level. And the engagement, like I said before and demonstrated, is much higher. People love TikTok and they comment. Everything's shorter there. So you just get tons of likes and shares and comments. And it's easy to build a fan base fast. I built 40,000 people on my personal profile, I would say within a year of actually really doing it or less. It's, on my Facebook, I have 66,000 fans on my fan page. And now I never went after fans specifically. I've always created great content and then the fans just came. But I mean, to get to that number, I've been doing Facebook since 2006. I don't know when that fan page was started, 2008, 2009, but there's just no contest right now. So we have an opportunity to scale. So here's the deal. You got to set up an ads account first. Once you set up a TikTok ads manager, then you're going to see that there will be similarities between that and Facebook ads manager. Like you'll be able to target the city, the state, the gender, the age range. And you can see here by this just random example, targeting Atlanta, male and female between the ages of 35 and above, I get over 785,000 people that I can actually target. Now, the bad news about TikTok advertising right now is that I can't do a radius around my practice. But the good news is that there's like no one doing this except maybe my clients, people that I've informed, because I don't know of anyone else, especially in the chiropractic profession, that is doing this. We have a separate agency that's helping chiros with TikTok ads right now. And then I'm privately coaching them because this is where the attention is. But there's no one else doing it. So so even if you are in a market like this, doesn't matter where your practice, it's still going to benefit you greatly to be first mover advantage based on the volume. And I'm going to show you some examples in 1 second. You can target the language, English, Spanish, interests in behavior. They have targeting there by device. I can target by when people have interacted with TikTok videos in the past, by their behavior, if they've liked, commented. Pretty nice stuff. By connection type, are they on Wi-Fi, carriers, etc. Now, once you go to upload your video, it's kind of like you upload a video on Facebook. You can upload it and have your display name there, add some text, and you're pretty much finished. Depending on the objective that you select, there will be a specific call to action button there. Now, for many clients, the return on ad spend, ROAS, is the highest of any platform right now. Here's just a few examples. $2.64 and $3.24 per lead average. Now, when I'm telling you this right now, listen, we both know that leads are one thing and new practice members coming into your office appointments are another thing, right? We both get that. But the conversion thus far has been a lot higher on TikTok because they can't accidentally submit forms. And, some videos can be lead generation style. Others can be content-based, which still compel people to call. But to give you an idea, this was 15 conversions and 13 conversions for these like cost per action right there, okay? And in this situation, we track this client already she's had 8 of those people come in to the office, which is not terrible at all. So from what she's spending in total, what is that, like $80 or so? I mean, you got to be kidding me. $80 for 5 people through the door. I mean, you do the math. Here's another example: $11.37 per lead average from this campaign that was just started up. Here's another example: $16.61 per lead average. Getting on the higher end, but it's still really, really low if you compare it to Facebook in a lot of regards. $7.52 per lead average. And here's a screenshot that we took to give you an idea of the impressions. Remember I talked about how the impressions were such of a higher quality on TikTok because they actually had to watch your video versus Facebook where they could scroll through 16 different posts in a second, right? Totally different. So we're talking about 71,000 impressions for $557 spent. That's $7.79 CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. Like, that is awesome. I mean, from a marketing standpoint, that's fantastic. You're talking about hitting the tipping point, getting famous, becoming a household name in that market real quick. Here's another great example of just the leads. And this was actually in the last 14 days. Just spoke to this client a few days ago, in fact, over the phone. 74 leads in the last 2 weeks. She spent $509 to get those leads, right? And at this stage, she's getting about 35%-ish on the phone. So, I mean, this is ridiculous, right? And her practice is growing very fast on a minimal ad spend. What I love about TikTok is when you do the forms correctly is that you'll see where people came from, first of all, and they can't accidentally submit the forms like they can on Facebook. It's a totally different game, which is another reason why this should really excite you. So the leads are higher quality, period. And you can see here, TikTok, they're saying where they found you, so there's no ifs, ands, or buts where they're coming from. Now, here's some tips to increase the return on your ad spend when you go to try this out. I would use more casual style videos and not necessarily go super high production. You can go that route, but it's not necessary. Casual looks like it's from a friend in the newsfeed. Keep the video shorter, 20 to 40 seconds in length maximum. I would even relax the grammar just a little bit because it is more casual of a network. Split test different ad lengths too. We should always be split testing, 20, 40 seconds, or even the copy in the description. Vertical videos generate higher engagement rates. And the best ads feel more like organic native posts. They don't look like ads. Again, I'd recommend you start with content that's performed well on other social networks previously. So you might have an entire archive of stuff that's done well. Let's condense that content and now start to really apply it on TikTok and put it on steroids with their ads. I've always taken a layered approach to ads. That's why it's been so successful with so many clients throughout the years. It doesn't matter what country you're in either. Direct response, obviously, a portion of our ads should be, lead generation or to get the sale, the new patient, new client, etc. There should be other ads that go out or more branding, getting you known, making you a household name in the marketplace for the right reason, and your story or stories about your office. And the goodwill value component, demonstrating that you're an asset to people, getting them closer to the result they want to generate. If you dial in all of those things, you become that household name in the marketplace, and your business and practice just skyrocket based on social. Now, if you like the idea of having your TikTok ads done for you, you can apply at profit365.org. We have a few spots that we can currently accept for that service. So if you go to profit365.org, you can just go to the contact page and put the inquiry request in there. If you want to go ahead and see what TikTok ads are all about or talk with somebody. But I will say, and I'll reiterate, it's almost 2022. We as a profession need to market and advertise like it's the year we actually live in, where the people are. This goes without saying. We don't want to be perceived as outdated and out of touch. So you might be just crushing it with Facebook or have a huge referral practice. And I say that's awesome. I'm happy for you. But you should absolutely stack on this medium on top of every single thing else. Are you repackaging your videos? If you've got great content, hey, let's turn it around and put it on TikTok now, or put it on Instagram Reels or YouTube. We should always get the most out of one piece of content. So, with that point hammered home, take your successful content and start to repackage it on TikTok. Pillars of social media outreach. Listen, TikTok is a huge network and a very powerful strategy that you can dial in and see almost immediate results. But you got to have this comprehensive spiderweb online, the reputation, social proof management aspect, like your Google My Business, Google reviews, Yelp, WebMD, all those things. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, organic marketing, the free stuff, the posting, the pay-per-click advertising, whether that's through TikTok, Facebook, Google AdWords, search engine optimization, getting your website ranked at the top of Google, YouTube and other online platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, blogging, microblogging like Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, photo sharing, news releases, and publicity. So you want to have your pillars in your marketing and advertising set up like the Parthenon. In case one pillar goes down, you have others that are supporting the structure. This helps to make you recession proof or pandemic proof, if you will. You can even throw podcasting into this if you want to. So many channels that we want to be in for our practice to absolutely dominate the market. Now imagine if you would have implemented these TikTok strategies just 6 months ago. You would have still been very early to the market. How much larger would your audience be now? How much more visibility would you have garnered? How many more new patient referrals would you have in your office right now? How many more people would you be helping in the world? I have clients that, as they put up their videos, there are people flying from Dubai to see clients in California of mine, right? Like, this is the type of world that we're dealing with now. If you build a name, yeah, you can build yourself locally, but people will come and see you because you've positioned yourself as that celebrity expert in the market, like I teach. Now, I've encountered any obstacle or challenge that you'll face on TikTok or other social media platforms. And, you've got a couple options here. You could either go at it alone, or you could go at it with professional guidance and a mentor. And usually on these types of trainings, I find there are a few types of doctors. One, you've seen this information, and unfortunately, you're not going to do anything with it, which I sincerely hope that's no one, because time is of the essence. It truly is. Second type of doctor you might be, maybe you're already doing some social media and you're getting some results, maybe 3, 5, 10 patients here and there, but you're capable of so much better results. And sometimes it's those minor tweaks that can produce the biggest gains. And the third type of doctor you might be, maybe you're knocking down 20, 30 new patients a month from social media already, but you're capable of more. You just need some fine tuning, some adjustments, right? Regardless of whatever category that you're in, I can definitely help you grow. And this is where I'd like to introduce you to my social media elite training program. This is a home study training that's instantly downloadable, has over 70 videos, created by myself, a doctor of chiropractic, works for any type of practice, whether you're a straight chiro, PI, functional medicine, neurology, weight loss, and I have a 6-month money-back guarantee with the program. Very few doctors ever return it because just one new patient more than pays for the system, right? I'm teaching you a system that not just not like a postcard drop where you put it in the mail and you reap the benefits one time. You have these online systems that as you get them in place, they consistently pull and generate new patients over and over and over. So here's what you get. You get Facebook organic referral marketing strategies. You'll look over my shoulder so you can see what the best practices are to get a bigger organic presence, how to get more fans on Facebook, and to grow your practice that way. I'll also share with you some Facebook ads that have worked extremely well. I have an entire module on the best Facebook ads practices from, really taken from a lot of my clients that have some of the busiest practices in the world. And I'll even give you sample ads to swipe to make it dummy proof to kind of get you going along. I have a separate module about Google My Business, aka Google Maps. That's how people buy doctors now. They look at the reviews. And if you've got the most reviews, I share with you the best systems to stay highly ranked on Google Maps, and also to get reviews like clockwork. You'll also learn about search engine optimization and how to get your chiropractic website ranked at the top of Google for specific keywords. Everyone wants to be at top of Google, and there is a lot of value there, and I'll make that very simple for you. Instagram marketing. There's been a big shift. A lot of people have migrated from Facebook over to Instagram and to TikTok. So if you're not truly capitalizing on Instagram, you're missing out on a huge audience that might not even be on Facebook anymore. So we want to maximize. LinkedIn is another great platform, more affluent, where you can dial that in. And I share with you some powerful advertising strategies that you can start to implement there to get in front of people that have jobs that are doing pretty well, that are influencers in their community. YouTube marketing. This is a great platform. I mean, the second largest search engine online, only behind Google. My videos from 2006 when I started on YouTube, they were terrible, but I leave them online to show how far that I've come. And those videos built a relationship with docs and other people that eventually they trusted me and they did business with me. And, of course, it was mutually beneficial. So YouTube can be extremely powerful. And I even show you how to rank your videos high on Google, which is still possible in many markets. TikTok marketing. I have a separate module that's devoted to TikTok marketing. So you'll learn the best practices, the ins and outs of what the busiest doctors are using and how to grow. And I even give you great examples that you can model. No sense in reinventing the wheel. I talk about Twitter marketing, right? Just how to get patients in a matter of minutes from that platform. You discover outsourcing and leveraging. Look, you need to know certain things in your practice. You don't have to get super techie geeky with this stuff. The goal is not to overwhelm you. It's so you can understand what you need to do and then be able to strategically delegate the rest. But most chiropractors, unfortunately, they delegate too early before they even know what the heck is going on, which is why they say, oh, this Facebook marketing agency really burned me. They may have, they may not have. You might not have understood what you were getting into because you didn't know what you didn't know. So this prevents you from going through that hard knock and wasting thousands of dollars on something like that. So I try to distill and make it very simple for you. And I give you a quick start manual and task list, more like a 3,000 foot bird's eye overview of everything that will eventually be integrated. And there's just a lot more that's in the training course. What Social Media Elite will do for you is it'll finally give you strategy as opposed to just throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks. You'll learn how the top chiropractors are generating consistently 20, 30 or more new patients per month just from social media, not including everything else. And you'll discover how to get a lot of local traffic. There's so many chiro sites out there that they just don't get enough traffic to figure out if they're good sites or not. And docs will throw them under the bus, but you'll be able to get a lot more local traffic with what you learn in the training. I'll share with you the fastest ways to get top Google rankings in the course and how to become an unstoppable public relations machine that you couldn't turn off even if you wanted to. And of course, all this will lead to more new patients in your office to create a systematic way of just being everywhere and anywhere in the community. Plus, you learn a set of skills that pays you for years and years to come. I offer professional guidance and mentorship. That's really what this program is about. I could share with you dozens and dozens of testimonials from clients over the years. Here are just a few of friends, clients, and colleagues. Dr. Jeremiah talks about how he went from 2 to 3 new patients per month, from over 25 per month, just from Facebook with my help when he dialed in these systems. Dr. Andy talks about how they have a chiropractic and osteopathic center, and they bought Social Media Elite a few years ago and getting 60 to 100 views per day. Average new patients in the clinic, 60 per month, about 40 from the internet per month, which is awesome. Dr. Susan talks about, I wanted to tell you since I've been consulting with you, my weekly new patients are up 16 this week from 5, and I'm looking for an associate to help me with all of the new business. I've done consulting of one kind or another in my 39 years of practice. This has worked faster and better than anything else. Really cool thing. Dr. Ryan French talks about every day this week, somebody called for a new patient appointment from Facebook and YouTube. Unreal. That's now 9 in the last week and a half. Took a bit to get going, but I'm impressed. And that's the thing, sometimes there is a ramp up time depending on how competitive your market is or where you're at in terms of social media, right? But if you keep working the system over and over, eventually that dam is going to break. It always does. Dr. Greg personally talks about, I've worked with Matt multiple ways during the last couple of years, and his coaching has helped me generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. He's also given me more certainty and clarity in the internet space. Dr. Ryan talks about, I bought Social Media Elite a couple years ago. Buying the program is the biggest factor in our growth. Literally do a handful of everything in the program, and we've seen awesome results. We've set records. Sometimes we have a several-day waiting list. So cool. Dr. Sachin Patel talks about what he's learned from myself in the trainings. He's generated over $1 million in revenue through social media alone. Dr. Brian Morris, over the past 12 months, we've averaged 35 new patients per month from social media with your coaching. So a lot of success stories. I'm very blessed and grateful to have serviced the profession for so long, 15, 16 years, just social media training wise. So today on this training, you can access the Social Media Elite course for 37% off, and you'll save $220 for this webinar. And it's normally valued at $597. So today, it's just going to be a one-time investment of $377. And you get over $3,288 in bonuses. One of those is a private phone consultation with me where I will get on the phone with you while I still have availability, and I'll help fast track you and tailor this information to your office. You'll get access to our private Facebook group, which is over a $997 value. Over 1,500 chiropractors are in there right now. Lots of great conversations, and you can even search through the archives to get some great answers and find some brilliant insight, really. You'll get access to our 365 chiropractic graphics package. That's a $197 value. So if you ever can't think of something to post on social media, you can just throw one of those graphics up to make it simple. And I'll give you free course updates for life. There's not going to be a Social Media Elite 2.0. I've had clients, my goodness, way back in the days where I used to actually have it in a DVD format. They still email me and they're like, well, I can't believe you still respond to my emails. But the reality is that if you put your trust and confidence in me to help you, I'm going to reciprocate because I value you as a client. I want to see you thrive and prosper in this world. You'll also get unlimited email support, which is $500 value. So any questions, you can certainly ask me there. And you'll get access to our 3-day new patient machine email sequence. You can actually modify this script and turn it into a reactivation sequence very, very easily. And I just had a client of mine that I spoke with 2 days ago. He had a list of only 2,200 patients. They were inactive, and they sent this script that he modified, and it reactivated 11 people in 3 days. Really cool just for sending an email, right? So lots of ways to tap into your people and your list. So here's what to do next. If you like the idea of attracting an extra 40 plus new patients per month without spending any money on conventional advertising like TV, radios, and billboards and stuff that's really outdated, click the big orange yellow add to cart button one time that you see on this screen and just complete that form. You can pay with credit card or PayPal, and you'll get instant access to the trainings once you're in. And once you're in, you might get an email. You will get an email, but sometimes it gets filtered to the junk or spam. So just make sure you double check there. And if you don't get it within 30 minutes, you can always email my assistant, Anna, at info@dcincome.com. That's info@dcincome.com. You can write that down just in case. And I know that in the chat, and previously we've had some docs mention the private coaching program that I have as well. This is working one-on-one with me, where we're on the phone weekly via Zoom. Calls are recorded, 12 sessions, and I'm personally helping you craft your campaigns to make them successful. If you're interested in that, I would also send an email to Anna at info@dcincome.com. That's info@dcincome.com. And she can see if that's a right fit and get you an application over for you. But ultimately, my goal is to help you succeed, and we have so much opportunity at our fingertips right now based on the time frame, how fast the world's changing. But with chaos comes opportunity. And what I'll do, I love this quote. In times of change, the learners will inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. There's so many doctors out there doing things, their marketing, their communication, like it's 1999. And unfortunately, it just reflects poorly on your practice and the profession. We have to update with the times. And TikTok is where the platform, where the puck is going, if you will. So I'm here to help serve and support you so you can actually step into the new era of communication, dial in all these channels, one thing at a time. Get one system in place, and then you can stack and layer on top and eventually that snowball will turn into an avalanche. I'm here to help serve and support you. If you have any questions, post them in the chat. Otherwise, click the big orange yellow add to cart button right now to get access to Social Media Elite and those bonuses. Like I said, you'll get instant access once you're in. Check your email for the welcome email. And if you have any questions, let me know. Lots of opportunity available. And like I said, if you need anything from me in the meantime, just let me know. I'll see you on the inside. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a great day.